Hi everyone, John Sinclair here from 7 Movements, and I want to talk to you today about one of my favorite products, and that is the Hyperwear SandBell. These sandbells have been around for, I think I was introduced to them around 15 years ago, and they've been a staple in all my training programs that I've had with my clients in that time. Now, some of the most beneficial things about the Hyperwear SandBell I'm going to talk to you about is, quite simply, it's a bag of sand. But the coolest parts about it are the utility in it, and specifically how that relates to Parkinson's disease. So I want to talk to you about how I use this when I'm coaching people that have Parkinson's and the value that it has if you are in a Parkinson's program and you're looking to build some things in your home that would help improve your symptoms as a result of having Parkinson's disease. The first thing I want to talk about is the utility of it. And so as you can tell, it's pretty soft and it's safe. So this one here is 6 pounds, but they can go all the way up to 25 pounds is the little tower that I have here. And it goes 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, and 25 pounds of sand. And the cool part about it is it's this beautiful material here. You can see that it's just got this really nice tactile bit to it. It's got this nice strong rim, and it gives us tons of utility. But in terms of being safe, the cool part about it is drop it on your foot, it's not going to hurt because that sand's going to spread around the foot. The other real cool thing about it is that it's easy to store, right? So we have the ability to stack them, and it doesn't take up any space whatsoever because you're stacking them vertical. We can take them with us, we can put them in the back of the car, we can take them to the park, we can take them anywhere we want, we can stuff them together, put them in a backpack, and you have yourself a rucksack as well. So if you want to walk with some weighted load, you could do that as well. The cool part about this is that the way they built this is with this neoprene sleeve is that it gives me the opportunity to have different holds on it. So I can grab it over top of the rim, I can grab it in the center, I can grab it with 2 hands, I can hold it against my body. The nice part about it though is that it gives me some sensation just in grabbing it here. This material stimulates the little nerve fiber endings of the fingertips. So the cool part about it is I can create lots of slaps in it to get some sensory stimulation. I can work on grip strength, I can catch and release, I can have all these beautiful things that I can do with it. The other part to it that I really love is not only that is it easy to store and it has different weights, is that I can use more than one at a time and I can stack them together. So I can turn a 6 and an 8 into a 14 pound. So I can do some different releases here, I can do them separately, I can switch them, and they're in different colors. So I can activate different impulses by going with green or blue or yellow based on what somebody is telling me to do. So I can be more interactive as well as use different cognitive abilities in the activities that we're using them for. As it relates to Parkinson's disease, to me, with Parkinson's is, if I was to boil it down into what is the biggest challenge with working with people with Parkinson's disease, is that Parkinson's is a communication disorder. And essentially it is a lag that is happening between inputs and outputs of the body. So if I can give the body a different input to have to react to, it will slow down that communication drag that's happening, or also help facilitate better movement skills while I'm interacting with an object. So in my experience is when someone tremors, I want them to have a hold of something. When they have a hold of something, their motor control improves. So the nice part about the SandBell is no matter where I move this thing, I have direct link to the communication system because the brain has to think about the task at hand. And so by having a different tactile sensation, that gives me sensory sensitivity, which is another input that goes to the brain, that allows that lag to be mitigated and allows us to be able to move in better time and space because I'm not having to think about what my limb is doing. I'm now focused on the external task of moving this object in a way in which that I want to. So having great input into the system is important. The other thing that I think is really important that most people don't realize is that hands are a direct link to the brain. So the more often that I have to pick something up, the more input goes to my brain just by having to use my fingertips. And a lot of the tools that we have in the industry they are holds, we're holding on to things, but we're not really gripping things. And so by changing my grip demand or my pinch demand in my movement and being able to hold it in a variety of different ways allows me now to get a different, not only sensory and tactile stimulation, but also a motor response that where my hands are now connected to my brain. So wherever I move this in time and space, I can now connect my eyes in with my hands, which is also more visual input for Parkinson's disease. And then the last thing that I want to focus on is not only just that the hands are connected to the brain, but what happens when we tremor. And so when we're tremoring, the coolest part about it is that when I hold on to an object, it stops the tremor. So as soon as I have to have a grip like this, I have more motor control over that tremor. So it becomes a great symptomatic solution or a toolkit that we can put into our tool that we can put into our big toolkit of exercises and devices that actually aid in the input and output that we get from our movement patterns. So I hope you really like that little description on Hyperwear. So it's Hyperwear SandBell. Please check them out. They've been partners with us at 7 Movements for a long time. It is a staple in everything that I do. Definitely check this out. It's going to help you out throughout your day. And we've got some programs built right on our program builder. The Hyperwear SandBell Strength Program, Recovery Program, Mobility Program, and Cardio Program. So get on our app right away, get yourself some SandBells, and let's get to work and start living a life that you dream of.